All professionals, all consultants, everyone in professional services needs to win work. But how do you go out and do that without coming across as salesy? There's a real art to building those relationships. And today I'm going to talk you through 9 practical steps how you can do business development without appearing salesy, so you can feel confident and happy to go out and build those relationships, which will ultimately keep your practice and your revenue sustainable. So the first thing to do when you're feeling under the spotlight and got all that external pressure is to try and forget about those things. And yes, in all my coaching sessions, that is easier said than done, and that's something that's often said to me. However, if the pressure is revenue and feeding mouths and keeping everyone busy in the firm, try and forget about that. Think about what's important. Think about minor curiosity. How can you build relationships, not just for tomorrow, but for the wider future? Who do you need to speak to? What's important to them? How can you go out with a curious mindset, one that tries to help people rather than one that's all about grabbing that money? That mind shift is the most important part of helping you do business development without appearing salesy. The next thing to do is embrace failure. It's not an exact science going out and meeting people and building relationships and developing business. You will make mistakes along the way. Throughout my career, when I'm coaching people and helping them, they've always got most engaged when I tell them stories about when I've messed up or when things haven't gone well. That sharing of stories is really, really important. But being prepared to admit your mistakes, learn from them, understand them, learn as you go is great. You will make mistakes along the way, and it's okay. It's not like your professional job where it is irreparable or it has reputational damage. Most mistakes just mean that someone doesn't contact you, there isn't rapport, you can move on to building the next relationship. So be prepared to make mistakes, embrace those failures, and that will send you on the path of building a healthy pipeline of contacts. And the third point, I think I talk about this all the time, like I'm becoming the list man. But it's really, really important, is to get your list of contacts in a way that you understand. Now we divide it here. You've seen this before. You've downloaded the BD playbook. If you haven't, head to our website and download your copy today. We talk about buckets, 3 simple buckets. Clients, referrers, targets or prospective clients you might wish to have. Get 3 buckets of those. Write down all the people you know. That's the most important point. Everything else flows off of that. You need to know who you want to talk to, who they are, where they work, to have a clear list, and you're ready to go out and do some great business development. Now you've got a good understanding of who you want to talk to, it's a great time to sit down and book in time to do that outreach work. You should do this ideally twice a week. 3 times is great. Once, even if it's just once, is enough. 15 to 20 minutes sitting down, looking at who you're going to contact, going out and booking those meetings in. Whether you're going to meet them online, whether you're going to have a coffee with them, all are valid. But you need that time and interaction with your clients, contacts and your target prospects to develop and build those and enhance those relationships. We're social creatures. The more we interact, the more trust and more rapport will be built, and the easier it will be to have those profitable business relationships that ultimately buy from you rather than you having to chase them. There's another way you can really enhance the value of those lists you made. When you're meeting someone, look along your list, think about your contacts, think about who within your network could you introduce them to? Who would be a valuable contact for them? If you can offer value, offer something that will help them, offer them a connection, that's really going to build that trust and rapport. So go ready and armed, think about, hey, do you want to meet so-and-so? Do you want to meet this person? And that really is part of leading you on to an active referral program, which we'll be discussing in the next part. Ask most successful lawyers, accountants, engineers, architects, people in professional services, where does your work come from? They'll all tell you referrals. And yet many people leave referrals to chance. They don't have what we call an active referral program. They don't ask. If the work's gone well, if you had a great conversation, it's okay to ask, is there anyone else you think I should be speaking to? Is there anyone else in your network you'd like to introduce me to? That's really good. Another great way of doing it, actually probably the best way, is to just offer. Say, is there anyone I can introduce you to? Is there anyone you'd like me to introduce you to? The chances are they're most likely to come back to you and throw it back and say, I'm not sure right now, but who could I introduce you to? And since you've got your list and your contacts, you're ready to answer that question. It's a non-salesy way. It'll help you build those referral programs, which will ultimately lead to success and better revenue. Innovation, everyone wants it. Not everyone's sure what it is, but it's really good to bring some innovative ideas or new ideas to your clients. They'll have a heap of problems and challenges they're facing right now, and they don't necessarily want you to bring the solution. They just want you to bring some ideas that will help them along that journey to solving those problems or working through them, what they might be. You could offer them a workshop. You could offer to bring some other people within your network along to that workshop to try and work through these ideas. There's lots of things you can do to help your client right now. They don't necessarily relate to the services you provide, but they might do. But either way, bringing those new ideas to help your clients overcome some of the challenges their business are facing will be highly valuable. The firms that do that, the people that do that will be the ones that are sought after and will ultimately come into that more trusted advisor type space. The one thing harder than getting the first meeting with a client or prospect is getting the second meeting. It can be really, really tricky. It means you've had to provide value and a reason to meet in that initial meeting. The conversation needs to go well and it needs to lead to an actual outcome. But how do you know if that outcome's there? What's the best way? Well, you can suggest you meet again or suggest what the next steps are. But there's problems with that. One, it's a bit pushy. Remember, we're trying not to be salesy. And two, doesn't have a commitment from them. They might agree to it. It's an easy no for them if they don't want to. But even if they do agree with it, it might not stick. They might cancel it later via email because they don't want to have that confrontation there. However, if you ask them what they like to do next, what do they suggest is, how would they like to proceed? If they suggest another meeting, suggest another way forward, it's going to stick. They're going to commit to that because they're the ones who, when asked what you want to do next or how do we proceed forward, have suggested a second meeting or suggest send some information across to you. Either way, if you get them to verbalise what they want to do and explain that to you, that's way better than you trying to force it upon them. It sticks, it leads to the second outcome or the second interaction or second meeting, and it's non-salesy. The next thing you need to do is try and find a platform to avoid your client ghosting you or ignoring you. Stay in touch. Send them things that are interesting or relevant to them. You see something in the news, see something in the paper that might be useful to them. Send it to them. Digitally, it's really easy. Emails are, but explain why you thought of sending it to them, why it's important to them, and what it means to them, and how it might help their business. It's really, really powerful. And if someone thinks of you and there's nothing in it for them, and it's just an industry article, it really makes them think that you care about them. A great example of that is I get texts and information all the time from my wife about the latest West Ham news if she sees it. I've obviously already seen it. That doesn't matter. The fact that she sends it to me shows she cares, and it really, really is a lovely thing. Same with your clients. Even if they've already seen the news, don't let that be a barrier to not sending it. Send it across, show you're on the right page with them, your thinking is aligned, and just send it to them. They'll really appreciate it. And since it's industry news you've got there, if you want to go the next stage, why not put it on your social channels and share some commentary? It will show you're relevant and part of the industry and the sectors you're looking to work with. So it's a really, really simple, and that's the 9th step to helping people, doing BD and not being salesy. So concluding what we discussed today, it's really easy to build great relationships without being over salesy. The hare didn't beat the tortoise in the race. So you can have a slow but steady approach, even if the external pressures are there. The more you go out to learn from people and help people, weirdly, the quicker sales come in because people start to trust you and they'll buy for you when they need to. You can't force that buying process. If they're not ready, they won't buy. If you force it, they're more likely to go elsewhere with someone they feel more comfortable with. So try and relax and lessen those pressures. Go out and build relationships, and then you will cracked it. As we've shown in the 9 steps today, you can do BD without being salesy. And remember, we've got more of this great content here, so if you like what you've seen today, make sure you do like it, but also subscribe to our channel, and you'll get the latest updates of practical business development, tips and advice for everyone in professional services from myself and the team here at the BD Ladder.